Okay guys, there's the Fender in its glory. I had Junior strip, obviously take the wood tone off. I wanted to see the condition of this Fender. So, you can see how bad it got here. Believe it or not, that's from 1, 2, 3, I don't think it was 4. Might have been 4 holes. A mirror was mounted there. And it cracked away all that undercoating, rock protection, and water just got in there. It's only this section. It's not like the whole Fender's rusty. It's all intact. And when you peel it away, you can see the clean metal. So that was just a patch. That's no big deal. For some reason, I got a little right here. The molding covers it to right here. That's why I never saw it. Okay, I probably saw this and didn't notice. That was no big deal either. He took the trim off. You got perforation right through here, as you can see. We got a little perforation on the bottom. The backside lip is both flat, sits on top of the rocker. It's actually good. This perforation, well not perforation, this roughness right here we always saw underneath the paint. Because the paint had come off and the last guy touched it up with a brush. So I always knew that was there. Anything on here, this thing had a chrome trim around it, so we didn't see anything. So I didn't know this existed, never saw it. Didn't know that existed, never saw it. It's a little scaly in here. Is the Fender fixable? Sure. When you get to the front here, this is where it was hit, as we know, and they pushed it out. Looks like they did it from the backside. They got this body line is actually right to like right here. Even though there's a little thing here, the shape of the body line is actually, it's definitely mint from here back. Here's slightly off, and then here's you know what I mean? They got the raised bar right, but it's still in here. You can see there's still some Bondo in it. He didn't go crazy, and you can still see there's a dent here, which makes this shaped wrong. The width of this changes. And I was able to pick up on that. You couldn't see the dent, but I was able to pick up on the change in the front, and I always knew it looked funny. Now, if you look at it from the front, well, it's obviously not this wide, but you can see how wide it is here, how it narrows down. They did have this built out, but it was definitely off. Okay. So, and you can see the multi-layers. Here's the factory paint. Here's what they put on top. There's the additional paint. He said this whole section was Bondo in here. Obviously. Like I said, nothing that can't be solved. There's some deep pitting right here. Now, if you remember, the marker sits in here, and just below the marker, like this much below it, was the strip for the wood tone, and the wood tone was lifted out. I always figured there was going to be a hole there, but it wasn't. Just a little deep right here. And they had some Bondo there. So it was actually better under the wood tone than I expected. That's probably why I never saw this. That was under the wood tone. This was under the wood tone, the rest was under the lip. It's the wood tone rode right alongside of it. You can almost see what a wood tone was. Okay, if I had to use the Fender, I think I could easily repair this. Take a while. I could work some of this out better if I had to. This sticks out right here. Okay, as you saw, that side of the radiator support was folded back, so this was probably pushed in a decent amount. So they did a good job pulling it out. They could have went a little further, but then we got this. This one's from a Spirit. Okay, it came with the light, but didn't come with the molding, which I wish it would have. When I looked at it, it wasn't in the picture, so there's nothing I could say about that. Because his molding has a ding in it. Out of all the 4 moldings, that was the only one. The light is actually nice. Okay. 0 rust on it. Anywhere. Doesn't look like there's any repairs done to it. You look on the back side. There's no surface rust at all. And you can see this is where it's bare metal, so that's what you see. So you know you got a good product here. You look in the back, I'll zoom in, make it easier than walking around. That's where it bolts on top of the rocker. I don't know if it'll focus. Maybe I'll find the line. Yeah, it's not gonna focus, but you can see there's no rust there. There's no rust, anything, anywhere in here. Which leads me to believe, I think this is a replacement fender from back in the day. And the reason I'm going to go out on a limb and say that is, I think this is a replacement fender because it's got no body coating. And the body coating isn't undercoating for rust. It isn't rust preventative. They coated the insides up here for stone chips and stuff. I'll show you what I'm talking about, since this is not northern climate or anything specific. That's what I'm talking about. You can see right where the shield was, and the stuff is really thick. So when the rocks came up, you could see where it perforated it. When the guy put the screws to it, peeled and cracked this. The other fender, he put the screws to, and it put holes to it, and never peeled it down, so the other side never rusted. Okay, you can see how thick it is. Something tells me that fender was replaced at one point, and they never put this coating on. That's my feelings behind it. You can see they reworked all this. Now here's the difference. We've talked about this before. Here's where my fun starts, which I'm going to enjoy. Where the headlight mounts. There's nothing there. There's that big thing there. This one, you put it on the car. You put these two bolts into the radiator support, and inside here, whoops, I'm not zoomed back far enough. And inside here, a plastic insert comes, and you have quad headlights. And then below it, you got a long direction. On my car, you got one rectangle headlight, and the markers are next to it. The markers are actually right in here. This, and this bolts to the radiator support. Okay? This, the rest of it, sits around here, around this lip, and just has a spot welded on. Just like this one, spot welded on. This is a piece of tin here. So we gotta undo these couple of spot welds. I gotta bring the other one over. I'm gonna do this on the car. Fit it, and then just put a couple of plug welds there. And like I said, there's really only one place it can go, because it has to be up against this lip, obviously. And I got a hair bit of adjustment in these slots. But that's a pretty universal hole. This hole houses a rectangle headlight in 78. You can see how thin the metal is right there from it being worked. This houses a 78. In 78 it housed a square headlight and a Concord. In 77 and 78 it housed a round headlight in a Gremlin. And in 78 on the AMX only, it housed a round headlight. There was no outer trim. So, and this also holds my grill. So I knew that buying it, but it is like a no-brainer. The only thing I see wrong with the fender, and I knew it, was this little mark right here. And if you look at it just right, there's a little thing right there. Solid throughout. There's the lip. Like I said, there's not even surface rust. So, like I said, I think this was a replacement fender, probably a long, long time ago. I'm gonna have to fill these holes. So we got to decide where we're gonna put the 360 emblems. Usually you put something like that under here. But in 1970, I think they were putting the emblems right here for the 360, even though this is 78. I think it's going to go centered right here underneath the marker. So like I said, it even came with a good marker. And we're going to be on our way. Junior went and picked this thing up today at Greyhound. It was wrapped in cardboard. Didn't fit in the car, and the cardboard's in the trunk. So I think Junior did good. Now we just got to get the car in here. I took the cross member to work, the old 6-cylinder one. I degreased it, so I want to get under there tonight, get the cross member on, and get the 2 low control arms and the front tires on. You know, in the next day or so, we'll get the car in here. Then my job's going to start working on the fender. I want to put the fender where it belongs and adjust the door gap. And then he can start working on the door. So, it's good. I'm definitely happy with this. This fender was $60. Plus shipping. We won't talk about the shipping. But I'll be honest with you, there's no quicker way to ship. Holy Christmas, that came quick. So, I paid for this last night. I don't know, 6, 7 o'clock. And I got a phone call at 9:30 this morning, and it was here on Long Island.